Welcome to Despicable Main News Break. Welcome back, truth seekers, to another episode of Wait, What Are You Talking About? You have got to be kidding. The show where we dive headfirst into the clown car of modern absurdity and try not to crash into a brick wall. Get ready for this one. Today, we're tackling a doozy, so-called gender-affirming surgeries. You know, the ones sold to us as the magical fix for all that ails the modern human, like a cosmic band-aid made of knives, drugs, and wishful thinking. Spoiler alert, a shiny new study just dropped, and it turns out these surgeries might be a little less affirming and more depression with the side of suicide risk. But that is just a mere side effect. Buckle up, folks. This one's a roller coaster going through the valley of Crazy Town. So get this. Last week, the Journal of Sexual Medicine, yes, that's a real thing, published a brand new study that's got the gender ideology cheerleaders clutching their glitter-dusted pom-poms in a panic. Researchers dug into the records of 107,583 adults with what they call gender dysphoria. That is, people wrestling with the ultimate government-sponsored identity crisis, and found something totally and completely wild. Those who went under the knife to affirm their gender, they're not skipping through fields of daisies post-op. Nope, not at all. But how could this be? Turns out they're at significantly higher risk for depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, and substance abuse compared to those who chose to skip the surgical makeover. Oops, my bad. Let's break this down with some numbers, because facts don't care about your feelings like the government does, or your freshly grafted phallus. Among men who got these surgeries to look more like ladies, 25.4% ended up depressed. Total shocker, right? That's more than double the 11.5% of gender dysphoric guys who kept their original equipment. Get this. With women, 22.9% of those who got the chop my bug up experience were depressed versus 14.6% who didn't go under the knife. And the guys who went full Barbie, they're apparently extra prone to hitting the hard stuff, substance abuse central to drown their tears. How cool. It's almost like carving up your body like a Thanksgiving turkey doesn't solve the chaos in your government program head. Totally shocking, I know. Here's a fun analogy. Imagine you're feeling down because your car's a rusty old beater. So instead of, say, fixing the engine, you decide to slap a sparkly unicorn horn on the hood and call it a new Ferrari. Problem completely solved, right? Oh, wait a second. It still doesn't run. And now you're broke and cry into a bottle of whiskey. That's gender-affirming surgery in a nutshell, according to this new study. But wait, there's more. Another study from the University of Texas dropped a big bombshell. People who get these surgeries have a 12-fold higher risk of trying to off themselves and others compared to those who don't. 12 points. 12. That's not a typo. That's a statistical slap in the face, or junk, however you want to look at it. They looked at millions of patient records from 2003 to 2023, and the data screamed, hey, maybe slicing off working body parts isn't the suicide prevention miracle cure we've been told it was. But really, folks, would Big Pharma lie to us to make money? No way. Only a conspiracy theorist would think that. Meanwhile, the pro-surgery crowds out here is like, no, no, no. Trust us, it's a life-saving miracle. Yes, sure, like giving a drowning person a concrete life preserver. Oh, and here's the real kicker. Even people who got voluntary sterilizations, like vasectomies or tube tying, had a higher suicide risk than average, but the good news is still only half as much than the trans surgery crowd. 5 times lower, to be exact. So, snipping the God-given baby-making bits is apparently less soul-crushing than turning your junk into a DIY government-sponsor class project. Who knew? It is a good thing politicians would never lie to the people for any type of financial gain or to control others, right? And yet, these new studies don't say, hold up, stop the presses, or the carving up junk. Nope. They're like, oh, just throw some therapy in after the fact. That is classic modern medicine right there, folks. Because nothing says mental health support like letting someone sign up for a lifetime of regret, then handing them a pamphlet titled, so you've got a fake vagina and a drug problem. Now what do? That is just brilliant for the modern medical system to come up with that shit. Don't you agree? Step right up, folks. Step right up. Welcome to the Path Circus, where the World Professional Association for Transgender Health turns medical ethics into a game of pin the tail on the patient with a non-existent IQ. Get this part. You're going to like this. Leaked docs, courtesy of Michael Schellenberger and Environmental Progress, show these modern geniuses are basically freestyle surgeons. How cool is that? Hormones for the schizophrenic? Sure, they got those. Surgery for the kid who can't spell biology? Of course, why not? One Path Doc even bragged about approving every single patient for surgery in 15 years, except the one that was hallucinating mid-chat. Standards people understand the new standards of modern society. Now get this. They're out here admitting kids don't get the whole "I'll be able to have no babies ever" thing. One doctor said, "I try to talk fertility with a 14-year-old, but they're just like, yuck, gross, I don't want little babies. Gag me with a spoon." Now fast forward a decade, and they're sobbing because Fido's not cutting it as a life partner. Meanwhile, Path's prescribing hormones and other petroleum products that turn livers into ticking time bombs, literal walking cancer cases, and calling it modern progress. Progress for profit maybe, right? It's like handing a toddler a flamethrower and saying, "Go express yourself, little champ." And the side effects? Oh, there are a few. We've got pelvic floor dysfunction, orgasms that feel like broken glass, and bleeding after sex, like a horror movie directed by a med school dropout. But don't worry, it's all evidence-based, if by evidence you mean stuff they made up and hoped wouldn't kill anyone. Spoiler alert, it's not working out quite so well. So here's the million-dollar question. If these surgeries tank mental health, spike suicide risk, and leave patients with regret and a side effect of cancer, why are we still allowing them? Well, look at it from a modern woke perspective like Janet Mills. The narrative is cut first. Ask questions later. Could it be, oh no, that the gender ideology machine's less about saving lives and more about feeding a Frankenstein fantasy of people like Janet Mills? Nah, couldn't be. That'd be way too absurd, even for 2025. Don't you agree? That's all for today, folks. Tune in next time when we dissect another slice of reality too wild to make up. Until then, stay skeptical, stay sane in despicable Maine, and maybe don't let anyone carve up your junk to fix your feelings. Peace out.
They told us the cutting's the cure we need to save. The glitter's shining, but the truth ain't so bright. They're selling us dreams in the middle of the night. And it's a risky game, it's a dangerous call. They say I burn your truth, but you might lose it all. With every slice, with every scar, what was once perfect is now too far. Despicable lane in the land of the free. They're carving up bodies, but can't set the mind free. Oh, gender-affirming, what's it really worth when the cutting leaves scars deeper than the earth? Stats don't lie, but the smiles don't show. Pushing us forward while the dangers grow. Mental health plummets, the suicide rates rise. But it's all part of a shiny disguise. They give you a pamphlet, but it don't make sense when they fix your body but can't fix your head. Come on, they say you'll be just fine, but all you feel is the pain you can't define. Despicable lane in the land of the free. They're carving up bodies but can't set the mind free. Oh, gender-affirming, what's it really worth when the cutting leaves scars deeper than the earth? Despicable lane in the land of the free. They're carving up bodies but can't set the mind free. Oh, gender-affirming, what's it really worth when the cutting leaves scars deeper than the earth? Here's a question. Don't you wanna know if the path you're on is just one big show? With unicorn horns and glittery dreams, it's a game of make-believe with twisted schemes. And the truth is hard, it's tough to take, but it's the one thing they're trying to break. We're vying for answers, but they won't come clean. In the land of despicable Maine, they've broken the dream. Despicable Maine in the land of the free. They're carving up bodies but can't set the mind free. Oh, gender-affirming, what's it really worth when the cutting leaves scars deeper than the earth? So now we ask, what's the the price of this? Is the answer truly worth the risk? In despicable Maine, where the lies unfold, remember the truth even when it's cold.